Even when the Prophet was alive, within Arabia, lust and carnage prevailed. So to assume that any companion of the Prophet was automatically pure without due analysis can lead us in the wrong direction. The Muslim majority confused the presence of the Prophet with automatic affirmation for those that surrounded him as being complete saints with no historical issue. After all, these were just men that grew up with Prophet Muhammad. They thought that they knew him, so they can talk to him in any way that they can. Some had come from tribes that were superior to Prophet Muhammad's in relevance to wealth. Others had warrior blood in them, so they thought they could go against the Prophet in that manner. And throughout the times, you can see while Islam was forming that there was plenty of arguments that arose. Just like when Prophet Jesus spoke, his own disciples became weak at times when he went against Jewish traditions. The early illegitimate leaders of Islam tried to implement policies that separated the population if they went against their word to garner equality and progression for all rather than the fixed group that had a higher hierarchy within the tribes. And their later generations try to amplify the propaganda through corrupt power transitions against the Shias. So they essentially planted the seeds for what is now in the Middle East the corrupt fraction of Saudi Arabia, UAE, Oman, Qatar, basically any Middle Eastern Gulf country that is against Iran were placed in position a long time before anybody can talk about the Ottomans, the Saudis, and the British, which basically gave power to the Wahhabis, an incorrect form of Islam, which is spread through this terrorism axis all throughout Asia, Middle East, and Africa. Just like Imam Ali, I've always preached to be patient and give them an opportunity to fix the mistakes they have made and fix the situations. What is going on geopolitically right now with the United States, Israel, and Iran war and against all the Gulf states proves that they will never change. They're always going to ally with the wealthy and the corrupt, which is why it has been proven at this point that Shia Islam is the only right way of Islam. Iran stood up against the most powerful nation in the world with nuclear weapons and proved them wrong. Iran stood up against the wealthiest Arab nations and proved them wrong. And all they did was help. They could have gotten out, but they stayed in and battled just because they needed to support Lebanon, a poorer nation which is bordered by Israel. Iran could have said, hey, why should we help them? We did what we had to do. We've proven our case as a nation under sanctions for 40 plus years. We defeated one of the greatest nations in the history of the world. And that is the Shia way. The Shias aren't there to fight for wealth or power or greed or corruption. They're there to fight for justice, equality, innocence, the Ahlul Bayt, and the Prophet's true message at all times.